everybody. Adam again with Northern Colorado Adventures, coming at you with another motorcycle adventure video. Today I have a special treat. This is a day in the life of every motorcycle owner's wildest dreams, where they get to do upgrades to their bikes. And this one is particularly tasty and delicious. And what I'm talking about today is exhaust. Here in my hot little hands, Max Torque can. So the Max Torque cans are made in the UK. They're made in England. This is a Triumph bike. I just felt like the price, the reviews, I had to know what it was like. Now personally, when you listen to different audio files on YouTube of motorcycle exhausts, it can be a little bit addicting. And one of the things that's the most addicting about it is listening to that Aftermarket exhaust. And for people that have done that, you know what I'm talking about. So, unfortunately, the Aftermarket exhaust is $1,200, $1,300 for this bike per my Triumph dealer and online resources. So that's a little bit out of daddy's budget. But the Max Torque can coming in around $380, $400 American. I had to convert to figure out what it was in the British pound, because since they went to the pound, the value of the pound has gone up, and as a result, so has the price of the goods. But also, I also think about, God, if I'd have just done this 1 year ago when the pound was new and they were leaving, they were in Brexit mode and everything was looking a little bit more challenging in England, I had more buying power. But regardless, I'm happy, and I'm happy to try this baby out. So while we're doing this, I'll talk a little bit about Max Torque cans. So when I was doing my research, I realized that there's so many options out there, and to really scour the Triumph forums and not just jump to certain commercial auto part or motorcycle part online distributors, but to really kind of look and just think about things differently and just get other opinions, and I'm sure most of you do that. And that's when I kind of learned about Max Torque cans. So the nearest priced one that I think was well reviewed was either the Aero exhaust, is what everyone goes with. But frankly, I didn't really see or hear a look or sound that sounded distinctly different than the factory exhaust, which I love the Triumph high-pitched whine when it's rolling, but I could do without the sewing machine sound that everyone can sort of get tired of. So anyways, I need more grunt. That's why I like the Aftermarket, but I'm going to let that go and move on from that because I got one of these. So the other one is the Leo Vince slip-on, which looked really sharp. But you can get carbon fiber tip and carbon fiber body of these slip-ons from Max Torque cans. The price range goes from about $250 to $500 US just for the setup. They have a great mock-up of each one. So as you choose your options, it gives you a look at the can itself that's very, very accurate. And then you can see what some of these things can look like on the bike. They have directions about install. There's only 2 pages of directions, very straightforward. And then the other thing to think about is these are made to fit with the factory exhaust system as a slip-on. There's no adjustments made. They come with all of the pieces to attach the slip-on, and they tend to have a lifetime guarantee for titanium and steel. So they'll have a lifetime guarantee for titanium and stainless steel-based exhaust systems. I couldn't afford the titanium one, so I went with the stainless steel. The pound differential was about 0.2 kilograms, and the price differential was more worth it to me for the same look. Titanium will not shed as much heat, so if you are used to riding 2 up and you have a passenger, you're riding pillion more often than single, that's something to think about if you want to spring for the extra money for the titanium. But it's mostly me on the bike, and I didn't see the need. I did spring for the carbon fiber tip, which I think looks sharp. And another thing to think about is there's no mapping of the fuel system that needs to be done with these slip-ons from Max Torque cans. Several of the other systems too have this benefit where you don't have to remap the fuel system. Only if you're running an entirely new exhaust system with headers, catalytic converter, etc., you'd want to remap it. But there's no remapping. Fits with the factory setup. Lifetime guarantee on stainless steel or titanium. And it comes with baffles that you can remove. So if you like the sound of kind of a throatier, deeper growl sound, which for me, growing up on dirt bikes, I kind of like that sound. You can remove the baffles on any of the systems from Max Torque Can. So those were the deciding factors. Price point was lower than Leo Vince and lower than Aero. And the shipping was $90 US. So think about when you're shopping. Add $90 on the Max Torque Can website to whatever exhaust can you buy, because that's what it's going to take to get it from Western England all the way over the pond for me here in Colorado. So they're made in a place called Burskop, England, which is just about 32 minutes north of Liverpool. I had to look it up. It's an industrial kind of area that's sort of in northwest England, and that's where it comes out of. So I figure any place that could be close to what gave us the Beatles and looks at the Isle of Man, come on, how bad can it be? Let's check it out. Ah, yes, the literature. The stickers, of course. It does include a t-shirt, hoodie, with the packaging, so got a t-shirt included. This is it, the moment of truth. Now I'm not going to touch these because they're stainless steel. I'm just going to use my hand in the bubble wrap. There's the collar that's going to hold it to the body of the bike. And there she is. Carbon fiber tip, stainless steel can. It has plastic on it so I can handle it. So there's the piece that's going to connect in. So it's going to go down into the bike and come up to the can. So I wanted to do a little side-by-side comparison of these two. You guys can see the new Max Torque Can muffler silencer next to the factory silencer. Quite a size differential. So I'm using this kind of collar area to kind of line them up. The tip, it looks like, is about probably 1.5 inches shorter. So this looks like about 4 inches from collar to tip of that. This is about 2.25. So yeah, shorter tip, obviously not as deep. Looks like it's about 6 inches wide versus 5 inches. And then obviously length, you can get a sense of just how long this silencer is. Looks like about 18, just over 18 inches. This one's gonna be in the neighborhood of 20 inches. So a couple inches shorter, 1 inch narrower, little smaller tip. You can see the difference in the carbon fiber versus that. I can tell the weight differential is probably a few pounds, maybe 3 to 4 pounds tops. Not a huge weight saver, but definitely a difference. So we'll see how this fits up. So what's the verdict? I say 2 thumbs up. I actually should have done this much sooner. I really enjoy this exhaust note. I did leave the baffle in. I don't need it to be any more aggressive than actually what came out of the stock version of this from Max Torque cans. You can easily remove the baffle, which they also call the DB killer, decibel killer device, which is just a canister within a canister with a 5mm Allen key wrench. And I just left it in there because I was happy with it. Number one, better sound coming out when around other motorists, just for safety reasons, knowing I'm there versus the factory Tiger exhaust. Really purrs nice at stock idling at a light or in the garage or in the street. Noticed really great exhaust note, kind of a nice growl coming from first gear to second to third in that rev range of 3,000 to 6,000 RPMs. Really great. And then on deceleration, no backfiring, just a nice subtle burble, kind of like a purr, which is what a Tiger should do. So, really thrilled with the product. Love to hear what other products you all are trying out with. Leo, Vince, Aero, there's so many to choose from. Akrapovic. Please enlighten us if you have the Akrapovic on the Tiger and tell us what that little piece of heaven is like. But for right now, real happy with Max Torque cans, and I look forward to hearing what you're thinking about for your next exhaust system on your bike. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next adventure.